There is crash, there is clash, and there is peace. If you don't want to crash, especially when there's a clash already, then it's time to trust God and do what we call keep the peace. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for what shall they inherit? And what is their blessing, basically? And so the truth remains, okay, that there are days when you want to create war and God is calling you to peace. And in your mind is like, the righteous take it by force, this and that, I think I can. It is humility when God is calling you to keep the peace and you keep the peace. It is humility when God is calling you to do something and you obey. It's humility when you know you have a choice to do otherwise and you do what God is calling you to do. Obedience is what helps you be salty. It helps you be salt. I mean, if salt has lost its savor, I mean, what's it good for? It's humility that will help you, and obedience, basically. And so if God is calling you when you're in your mind or based on the way you feel you want to fight for yourself, you're like, I need to create war. I need to do things the way I want. I think if I do things this way, then... And God is saying, there's a time for everything. And so you need to obey God. You need to listen. You need to trust Him for what He's saying. Because there are days like that when things are really weighing so deep on our hearts and we really want to do what we want to do because we're human. And we say, well, we're human. The flesh is. But you need to know that it's the Spirit of God that empowers. And the Spirit of God helps with our infirmities. Even when we don't know what to pray or how we ought to pray. It will help us. It will lead us. It will direct us. And even comfort us. Because there are days like that when we wanting to create war is not because we are trying to be forceful or we're trying to be revengeful, but because we feel like we deserve to do this, to stand up for ourselves. When you drop burdens at the feet of Jesus, trust God, okay? You don't have to carry every burden. You don't have to shoulder every single burden. There's some you have to drop.